Leadership is not a position or a title. It is action and example. With these words, welcome you all to ABS Creations by your educationalist Chandrakala. The essence of great leadership is influence, not authority. If you have not subscribed the channel, subscribe the channel by pressing the bell icon to receive the notification. In this session, we are going to deal about the national parties versus state parties in India. First of all, we should know the meaning of a political party. A political party is a group of people who come together to contest election and hold power in the government. So when we talk about the democratic countries of the world, all the democratic countries of the world, they follow a federal form of government. So the federal form of government is nothing but two tiers of government, one at the center and another for the state. So that is what we say it as a federal form of government. So whichever the democracies that follow a federal system, they have two kinds of political parties. They have two kinds of political parties. One is that the parties that are present in only one of the federal units, and the another is that the parties that are present in several or all units of federation. So one of the federal units is what? For the entire nation. Whereas for several or units of the federation is what? The different state level. So all the democratic countries of the world which follows the federal form of government has two kinds of political parties. That is, the parties that are present in only one of the federal units and parties that are present in several or all the units of federation. So whatever the political parties are there, so we know that in India more than 750 political parties are there. More than 700 political parties, they have to be registered with the Election Commission of India. All the political parties, if any political party is formed by a group of people here, it has to be recognized or registered with the Election Commission of India. So this Election Commission of India, what does it do means it treats all the political parties in an equal manner, but it gives a special privileges to a large and the established parties by giving a unique symbol. The unique symbol which is given by the Election Commission of India, it cannot be used by anyone in any of the party. So the official candidates of that particular party can use the unique symbol for an election purpose. So the parties in such cases, the Election Commission of India recognize those parties which has been given the special privileges and the facilities. So all the parties which has been given as privileges, they come under the category of the recognized political party. So in such cases, the Election Commission of India, what it has framed means, it has framed a certain criteria to make a political party or to make a political party as a recognized party. So whenever a political party has been established here, it has to be registered. As we know that it has to be registered by the Election Commission of India, but it should be recognized party also. So how a party can be recognized means, so for that the Election Commission of India has framed a criteria based on the proportion of votes, and the seats that a party must get. So vote is what? The number of votes, the citizen number of voters. So when the voters elect a particular candidate in the particular party, when he or she gets the seats. So that is what, when he or she gets the number of votes from the particular citizen. Whereas seat is what? Each constituency. Generally we used to say it as in each constituency. Constituency is what? A district and the resident of that particular district who elects a legislator. A district and the resident of that district who elects a legislator. So that is what we say it as a seat. So based on the number of votes achieved and based on the number of seats received by the party, that party can be considered as a recognized party. So based on this, there are two types of parties. They are the national party and the state party. What do you mean by the word national party? A national party is that a party that secures at least 6% of the total votes in Lok Sabha election or assembly election in 4 states. So a party should secure how much percentage of the votes here? 6% of the total votes in Lok Sabha election, or otherwise it has to win assembly election in 4 states. In 4 states, and they should at least win 4 seats in the Lok Sabha. They should at least 4 seats in the Lok Sabha. So all over that, in Lok Sabha election, they have to secure at least 6% of the total votes, or else in the assembly election in 4 states they have to win, and they should at least win 4 seats in the Lok Sabha. So this party came to be known as a national party. Whereas state party, a state party is that a party that secures at least 6% of the total votes in an election to the legislative assembly of a particular state, and it should win at least 2 seats, and it should win at least 2 seats. So that party came to be known as a state party. So state party is nothing but a party that should secure at least 6% of the total votes in an election to the legislative assembly of a state, and it should win at least 2 seats. So that party is considered as a state party. So according to 2006 election, 6 major national parties are there, like Indian National Congress, Bharatiya Janata Party, Bahujan Samaj Party, Communist Party of India under Marxist, Communist Party of India, and the National Congress Party. So now we'll see just 6 major parties, but at present we have 7 major parties here. 6 major parties we'll see here. The aim of these political parties here. So the first most important political party is the Indian National Congress Party. It is represented as INC, and it came to be popularly known as the Congress Party. So this particular political party was founded in the year 1885, and has experienced many splits within the political party. So what is the main aim of this political party is that secularism and welfare of weaker sections and minorities. The aim of this particular political party is that secularism and welfare of weaker sections and minorities. So this political party, under the leadership of Jawaharlal Nehru, so the party sought to build a modern secular democratic republic in India. Under the leadership of Jawaharlal Nehru, the political party Indian National Congress Party sought to build a modern secular democratic republic in India. So this is what the major aim, secularism and welfare of weaker sections and minorities, is the main aim of the Indian National Congress. The next party is Bharatiya Janata Party. Bharatiya Janata Party, it has been founded in the year 1980. So this particular party, the main aim of this particular party is cultural nationalism and uniform civil code. So cultural nationalism and what? Uniform civil code. So the next party is Bahujan Samaj Party, BJP, which has been founded in the year 1984 under the leadership of Kansi Ram. The main aim of this political party, Bahujan Samaj Party, is that it seeks to represent and secure power for the Bahujan Samaj, which includes Dalits, Adivasis, OBCs and the religious minorities. The aim of Bahujan Samaj Party is that it seeks to represent and secure power for the Bahujan Samaj, which includes the Dalits, Adivasis, OBCs and the religious minorities. The next party is what? Communist Party of India, Marxist, that is CPIM. It has been founded in the year 1964. So this particular party, they believe in Marxism, Leninism. The main aim of this particular political party is that support socialism, secularism and democracy but it opposes imperialism and communalism. It opposes imperialism and communalism. The aim of the CPIM is that it supports socialism, secularism and democracy, but opposes imperialism and communalism. The next party is the Communist Party of India. It is represented as CPI. It has been formed in the year 1925. It has been formed in the year 1925, and this party also believes in Marxism, Leninism, and the main aim of this political party is it opposed to forces of secessionism and communalism. It accepts parliamentary democracy. It accepts what? Parliamentary democracy. The next party is Nationalist Congress Party, NCP. It has been founded in the year 1990 following the split in the Congress Party. The main aim of this Nationalist Congress Party is that it espouses democracy, Gandhian secularism, equity, justice and federalism. Espouses democracy, Gandhian secularism, equity, justice and federalism. So these are the few major national parties of India. So when we talk about the state parties, as we know that what is a state party? A party that secures at least 6% of the total votes in an election to the legislative assembly of the particular state and win at least 2 seats. That party came to be known as what party here? It came to be known as a state party. So for example, India is considered as a federal state. As India is considered as a federal state here, we have more number of regional parties, that is state parties, which has been influenced by the national parties also. So parties like Samajwadi Party, Samata Party and Rashtriya Janata Dal, they have what? National level, but political organization within units in several states. So all these parties, they have a political organization with units in the several states of India. So that is what we can say it as they have an influence over the national parties also. But parties like Biju Janata Dal, Sikkim Democratic Front and Mizo National Front. So these particular parties, they are very particular about their state identity. So here, the regional parties. So the state parties or the regional parties, how they are strengthening the federalism and democracy. In what ways they are contributing themselves to the strengthening of federalism and democracy in our country is that, so over the last three decades, number of state parties have been increased. Number and the strength of the state party has been expanded or increased. So at this particular point of time here, the parliamentary of India, they are politically more and more diverse. So in such particular case, no single national party is not able to form a government on its own strength since the year 1996. So from the year 1996 onwards, the national party, no single national party, they are not able to secure or they are not able to form a government on the basis of their own strength. In such cases, the national party, they have to join with the regional party or the state party as an alliance party, and they have to win the majority number of seats to form a coalition type of government. So in such cases, the regional party supports the federalism and the democracy by supporting the national party. So here, over last 3 decades here, it is clearly understood that the regional parties or the state parties has been expanded and it has been strengthened and influenced by the national party. So from the year since 1996 onwards, it is clearly understood that no single national party has been able to form a government on their own strength, but they have to join with the other regional parties as an alliance power to form a coalition type of government. So this has contributed to the strengthening of federalism and democracy in our country. So now we'll see. So with the state parties and the national parties, we understood the concept here. So here, national parties, as we know, that national party is what? A party that secures at least 6% of the total votes in Lok Sabha election or assembly election in 4 states and win at least 4 seats in the Lok Sabha. It is considered as a national party. Whereas state party is that a party that secures at least 6% of the total votes in an election to the legislative assembly of a state and wins at least 2 seats is recognized as a state party. So national parties, they influence all over the country, whereas the influence of the state party is limited to a particular region. It is limited to a particular region or a state. So national parties, they deal with the national problems, whereas regional parties, obviously, it deal with the problems in their local areas. So the activities of the national parties, they give priority to the national problems over the regional problems. So what is that? The national party, they mostly give a priority to the problems which is taking place around the nation, whereas whatever the problem or issues which takes place within the particular state, the regional party of that particular state will deal with it. So for example, the national party is BJP, Congress, BSP, Bahujan Samaj Party, whereas the state party is what? Janata Dal, Assam United Front, AIDMK, DMK, etc. So I think you understood the concept of national party versus state party here. So you can test yourself by reading these questions. How does state or regional parties contribute in strengthening federalism and democracy in India? Explain with examples. Differentiate between national and regional parties. List out the major national parties with its main aim. So in the next session, we will deal with the challenges to the political parties and the reform measures. And in the link under the description box, I have given the previous concepts of the political parties, that is the meaning and the function of the political parties, why do we need the political parties, and how many parties should we have. So for your reference, you can go through that video also and you can understand the concept in a clear manner. If you like this video, you can share it, you can like it, and you can comment it. Thank you.